Pinkies up and welcome to Proper's Place. Today, as you can see, title above, you clicked on the video, we're going to be talking about the Google Stadia. But before I start, this is not sponsored by Google, Stadia, or anybody of that nature. The reason why I'm doing this video and the reason why I even purchased anything from Google Stadia is because I had questions. If you clicked on this video, you probably have questions. What is Stadia? What is this? I keep seeing it. I keep seeing the advertisements for it. People are talking about it. Is it going under? Are they shutting down? Things of that nature. So I'm here to answer those questions. I've had Stadia for roughly about 2 months now. And the reason why I purchased Stadia in the first place is just like you, I've heard about it. And before talking about it, I wanted to get it. I see a lot of people talking about it and bashing it and oh my gosh, y'all are going. People who ain't never touched the Stadia before always got an opinion about it. I didn't want to be one of those people. I heard about it. I wanted to see what it was about. So I went ahead and purchased it. Why people have questions about the Google Stadia is there's a stigma. When people are used to one thing, they question the new thing. When MySpace was out, and then people on MySpace for a while, people questioned Facebook. They questioned Twitter because it was not MySpace. It was not, you couldn't make a profile on there with your music and your top 8 and things like that. So people had questions. And it's the same thing with the Stadia. There's no physical console. What is that? What do you mean? Honestly, for me, that was a concept that I didn't understand. When I was asking around, I'm like, okay, so what do I have to buy to get this thing started? And quite simply, the question is nothing really. I mean, for the most part, with the exception of purchasing a game. You can buy a game and download Stadia, and you can play the game on the Stadia using the devices. Now, the different devices that you can play Stadia on is PC, your mobile, your laptop, your TV. If there's anything else, there's probably something else that I'm not thinking of, but literally those are the devices that you can play the Stadia on. Anywhere you can even if you can get a web browser up on something, you can play it. I don't know, for me it was quite an interesting concept because literally I'm carrying my console with me wherever I go. As long as I have my phone with me, I have my console with me, which is a new concept, kind of. I mean, people have Nintendo DS's and PlayStation, what is it, Pocket? I don't remember what it was called. But people have those things, but with the quality, not so much as the Stadia from what I've experienced. So let me break down what I did. After asking questions, I went ahead and I purchased the Stadia Pro, which is the $9 a month, and you have access to they release games that you can claim every month. Once you claim them, they're yours as long as you continue to pay the $9.99 a month. And there's new games that they drop in this collection every month. Now later on they may take some games away, but if you've claimed them, they're yours. They're in your library at that particular point. So that's cool. The other thing that was cool about the Pro when I purchased it is that I could share it with my family. I don't know if you guys are familiar with me, but I have 3 daughters, and what we did is and this was something I needed clarity on, was that I can share my subscription with them so they can play the games that I have in my library. The thing is, they cannot play at the same time that I play. So if I'm playing Immortal Phoenix Rising, somebody else can't be playing Immortal Phoenix Rising on the Pro account. They would have to have their own license. So like, for instance, when we played Uno, I had to buy an Uno license for them so we could all play together. The beautiful part about that, and this is just the side thing for Uno, is that I got the Uno Flip and they could join me on Uno Flip. I didn't have to get the DLC for all of them as long as I had it for that game only. I don't know how it works for other games, but they were able to play Flip and all the other DLC stuff with me, so I thought that was cool. Anyway, it was with Pro. Pro comes with some really cool games. Stadia, there's Stadia games, there's some indie games on there. I've tried some of them, they're really good. So I would take a look at that library for yourself because I don't know when you're watching this video, but you want to take advantage of that, of the Pro program if you're going to get a Stadia. It's a $10 a month investment, but these are games that you're gonna get your $10 worth every month, no doubt. So I purchased the Pro, and then I knew when I bought the Stadia, or when I was gonna buy into the Stadia, I knew the one thing that I wanted to do was I wanted to game in my off time, not streaming on my couch or in the bedroom, playing a game in my downtime, because I stream a lot. That's the only time that I usually play games. So I wanted something that I could play in my off time. So I went ahead and got the Premiere. Now with the Premiere, you get a Chromecast that you can plug into your TV, and then you can get a controller. And this is the controller. This is the controller right here that comes with the Chromecast. It is white, and it is really nice. Like, it feels good in my hand. Buttons work and react very well. There's a screenshot button on here. I think I'm messing around with it, and I was just playing the Stadia on my TV, and I think I just did something. But really nice. I went ahead, and just in case my daughters came over and somebody was playing a game with me, I went ahead and bought the black controller as well, to have a second controller just in case we were going to play games together. I wanted to buy a second controller. Both of them feel really nice, really good controllers. I think the Premiere ran me, with the extra controller, ran me about 160 bucks. I think it's $99 for the Chromecast and the first controller. An additional controller is roughly about 60 bucks. So if you want to kind of know, you want to check in your area. I don't know where you're getting this from, but you want to check those prices. But as of right now, that's what I pay for it. So that's literally the Premiere. What I did also, just because if I'm going to try Stadia out, let me go all out. So since I knew you could play on your mobile device and you get the same quality, I went ahead and I got a Razer. You guys know, the guys who know me know I'm all about my Razer products. So I went ahead and got, I think it's called the Kishi, the Razer Kishi, and I put it on my phone. It's very easy to attach. I mean, I'll detach it so you can see. This is it. I mean, it locks up into this right here, so it's easy to carry. And basically with this, and I know this is about the Stadia, but I just want to show you how easy this is. So bam, you detach it here, you plug your phone into it, and bam, it's there, right? When it comes to playing the Stadia on the phone, it's just as easy as pulling it up on a computer, which I'll show you in just a moment, but I'm talking about the phone, so let me show you. I got my Stadia icon right there in the middle of the scene. It comes up, Stadia, you know, the little thing that you hear when you start up, and then you got it right there. Now that's a game, Reigns, I think, is a new game that came out, but oh, here's Immortal Phoenix Rising. I think, speak of the devil, right? So if I hit play on that, Immortal Phoenix Rising, I'm hoping will come up because I think it's on my TV as well, but we'll see. Yeah, bam, there it goes. All right, so we're in the menu screen right here, and let's see. I just want to show you how the game looks. Like, it plays on your phone like it would play on your console, or play on the TV, or play on the computer. It would play all the same. And here's the game. Mortal Phoenix Rising on your phone. Hold up. Oh, that's the camera. And on your phone. Really cool. All right. So I just want to show y'all that real quick. And that's basically it in regards to playing it on your phone, playing the Stadia on your phone. All right. I'm also going to demonstrate what Stadia is like when you log in or you play it on your PC or laptop. You have your web browser right here. This is the Stadia, right? So Immortal Phoenix Rising, that's what I was just playing. How easy it is to get started. You just hit the play button. And boom, you're there. And it's continuing right where I left off on the phone. So that's just letting you know roughly where you're at. Boom. Okay. So you're right there. So pretty cool. Just letting you know how easy it is to start up. There's no hassle, no anything like that. You just go in and you start up. Simple? Simple. All right, one question that I usually do get asked when I'm streaming it is, do you have to play, when you're playing it on PC, do you have to play with a controller or mouse? And no, you don't. Well, most games, like say for instance, Immortal Phoenix Rising, I could play keyboard and mouse if I want to, or I can play with the controller. And most of the games that I've played have that functionality. I'm not sure if it's every game. I don't want to get trapped into saying that and that not be the case on a certain game, but so far the games that I've played, I've had the option to go keyboard and mouse if I wanted to. Another thing that usually people ask me is how is the input when I'm playing with the controller or what have you. Is there any delay? Is there any lag or anything like that? And I don't see any difference from any game that I play on the PC or that I've played in consoles in the past. I don't see any difference in the delay in input or anything of that nature. People have seen me stream it. I've been very transparent in regards to streaming games from the Stadia, and I've had no issues in regards to input or anything like that. So one thing I want to address is, while we're talking about it, is the most recent rumors about Stadia. I am heavy on Twitter. I know my link pops up there every now and then. Follow me on Twitter if you want. But I seen a lot of news that comes up. And the first thing that I saw was that Stadia is no longer going to develop games in a sort. I read the story about it. I just wanted to be clear on what I saw from the stories is that they're not working on their personal games, which I personally feel that that's a smart thing. It doesn't mean that the Stadia is shutting down. It just means that they're not working on Stadia studio games, okay? Like say for instance, if Marvel said we're no longer making movies, Disney is not going out of business. Think of it that way. Basically right now they're focusing on what I feel they need to be focusing on, and that's attracting more titles that people are playing. Who's to say what will happen in the future? Maybe Stadia will look into it and they will start developing games again. The games that I've played that are backed by Stadia, that are Stadia exclusives, they've been great. There's a couple of good games, definitely on the Pro. Outcasters has got me addicted. There's a game Ari and the Secret of the Seasons. Different games like that. I mean, there's been some really fun games. There's a new one that came out. I'm going to actually stream tonight. I don't know when you're watching. That came out. That's a Stadia exclusive. So I'm going to be playing that. So I've had fun. I've had a lot of fun with the games that have been Stadia exclusives. If they're not making it anymore, I don't know if that means that they're not going to be picking up indie games. I just know that their studios are not producing games, and that's basically what that meant. The other story that I read, that I saw, and companies like IGN and all that with their clickbait, and knowing how the internet is and feeding into clickbait, they posted a story that, what was it, Terraria, I guess? Yeah, I think it was Terraria. The developer of Terraria said their game, they're not gonna put their game on, the title was something like that, was like they're not gonna release their game on Stadia. They backed out or canceled it or whatever. And reading into the story, whoever this dev is, he was upset because he violated TOS on Google and he was locked out of his accounts. He got mad that he got locked out of his accounts, so he said, we're not bringing our game to Stadia now. Has nothing to do with the Stadia. So, but people will read a title of a story and run with it. And that's basically what it boils down to. I had no interest in playing Terraria, so it doesn't affect me at all. But that's basically the story. People don't read into it. People don't read stories. They look at the title and they run with it. And I have a personal opinion that companies like IGN and things like that, they get fed money. This is my personal opinion. That they get fed money from like your Xbox and your Sony or Microsoft and Sony. And so if it's going to be something that's going to knock Google down or Stadia down to not be a competitor, or Nintendo, whatever the case may be, then they're going to do that. That's how I feel. They may put the right story in there, but they know what people do. And typically they'll read a title and run with it without reading the story. So yeah, Stadia is not going anywhere. From what I've seen of it, they've been very active with me on Twitter. They're a great company in my opinion, just from what I've experienced just over the last 2 months. It's good stuff. So let me go ahead and put it this way. I'm not going to talk all good about it. Let me give you where my cons are. This is what some of you probably been waiting for. But my cons in regards to what the Stadia is, as far as any negative that you would probably experience, is if you do not have good Wi-Fi, you're not going to have a great gameplay experience. I playing it in my house, which is what I wanted to do. I've had no problems so far. Now, the only issue that I did have, and it's not directed towards Stadia necessarily. I was able, okay, I live in Texas, and we just had a winter storm. In the winter storm, I was fortunate enough to not have my energy go out or my power go out and my water. I had both. So I had no problems there. Where I did have issues, and reason why I didn't stream big time, was that my internet was kind of in and out during that time. I didn't have any problems playing Stadia. I was able to play my Stadia games without any problems. But when I tried to stream, then that's where it affected my Stadia gameplay, because streaming and playing the Stadia at the same time did cause some issues. So that's that. I mean, that's really what it is. But I couldn't blame that on Stadia necessarily, because I did a speed test, and my upload was not even a quarter for what it normally is for streaming. So while I didn't have any issue playing games, I had an issue streaming. So that was the only thing that I got. So yes, the one thing that you need if you're gonna get a Stadia is good internet. If you're gonna play it on your computer, if you're hardwired in your computer, you should have no problems. If you're using Wi-Fi, you're probably gonna wanna set up near your Wi-Fi for the top game experience. Now, I've had it set up right over here, which is 15 feet from my Wi-Fi over in my living room. I've had it set up in my room. I've had better gameplay experience when I'm closer, I will say that, but I didn't have bad experience in my bedroom. If you have a 5G connection to your Wi-Fi, you definitely want to use the 5G connection because it just works better, definitely, with the Stadia. I think I did notice a little bit difference there when I switched it over to 5G. Not much, but I did notice it. I was on vacation a couple of weeks ago, and I was playing Outcasters in my hotel room on the crappy hotel Wi-Fi, and I was getting some good games of Outcasters in. So I haven't, in that regards, had any problems with it. So that's my only con. So that's really it for me. That's all I really have to say in regards to the Stadia. If you have questions, hit me in the comments. I'll be happy to answer any questions. I'm kind of thinking, since I don't really use my YouTube, is maybe, I don't know, you guys let me know. If you're interested in seeing some of the Stadia games, maybe, I do stream some Stadia games. I've been streaming Immortal Phoenix Rising. I haven't played Assassin's Creed at all, so I do have Origins. So that's one thing that I do on my Twitch channel. So if you want to catch that, follow me on the Twitch channel. I usually title my stream Stadia Play right at the beginning, so you know I'm playing a Stadia game instead of playing something that I have on my PC. So you know that. But I'm thinking of running just some streams about games on the Stadia that you may have questions about, and also using my YouTube, because I don't really use it. I don't know if that's an interest to you guys. I may do that. Just put Stadia content here on YouTube. I mean, YouTube, Google, I mean, they run hand in hand, so I might as well use my YouTube for that very reason. I just thought about it. I thought of another con. The sales. They killing my wallet. They killing my wallet with these sales on some of these games. Like, I see sales all the time. I have a couple of different websites where I get PC games. I have different websites, or, you know, you have Steam, you have Epic that are always running sales, things like that. And they don't usually grab me, but for some reason, Stadia sells. I'm just like, yo, it's like that? I'm like, oh man, I gotta get that. So I ain't gonna lie, Stadia's been kind of pulling at my pocket in regards to their sales. I mean, not a bad thing. So I got some games that, you know, that I've been wanting to play that I did pick up on the Stadia. But yeah, I mean, I'm gonna be real. I've had a great gaming experience. If you want to try Stadia out, really, there's no obligation. Try it out. You can try it out without buying like the Premier or the Pro. Just download Stadia, buy a game, buy one of the cheaper games, and see how it plays. You could, like I said, you could play it on your laptop. You can play it on your PC. Like I said, most of the games, like I said, Immortal Phoenix Rising, I can play keyboard and mouse. So if you're a PC gamer, I mean, it may be good for you. If you're a streamer, it's great. With the exception, like I said, my internet was in and out because of the storm. but it doesn't take a lot of resources out of your PC. So that's great. Downloads. It doesn't take in. I'm not downloading any game into my PC to where it's taking up any space on my hard drive. Also, if there's an update, if there's a patch in Cyberpunk, which has been very popular with it, you don't have to wait to download the new patch. As soon as the patch goes live, it's live on Stadia, so you don't have to wait. You just go into the game, bam, it's there. So that's another good perk. But I know I said cons and went right back to the good stuff. So for me, like I said, my gaming experience has been pleasurable here. So is it worth it? Absolutely. I mean, it's almost no risk. Would I prefer to buy a Stadia over buying, spending $400 to $600 on a console? I'm not doing that. I'm done with consoles. I'm a PC gamer, but this was a good alternative for me because, like I said, it was basically risk-free. Like I said, I could sit and play it on my couch. I just basically bought the controllers and I'm running with that. So yeah, that's it. But anyways, I'm gonna close up here. I know I can ramble on forever about the Stadia, but if you like this video, leave a thumbs up. Any comments, questions, any games you want to see me play, any questions you have about the Stadia that you feel that I didn't answer, hit me in the comment. I'll either answer you in the comments if it's something real short, or if it's something I feel that's worth a video, I'll show you some examples of whatever you're asking. So yeah, let me know what's up. I appreciate y'all being here and sitting through this. I hope I answered your questions again. Anyways, I'll catch you guys next time, either here, catch me over on Twitch, live stream. I would love to talk to y'all. I answer your questions over there too. So yeah, that's it. Anyways, I love you guys. I'll see y'all next time. Pinkies up. Proper out.